Now that's body fluids. This isn't Catholic.
Is that how puss?
Is this made for kids?
Vinny.
Turbo. 25, sold to the man in the black hat.
You know what, Vin?
What do I know?
I don't know where I am right now. Let's just put it
We
that
needed
way.
that. We needed that.
The
We needed
notes
that
for the
bad.
show.
We needed that
The
bad.
notes, if anybody wants to see
See a little sneak
the
peek.
notes for the show.
This is what we're doing
I was
today.
hungry, so we took a little bit out, but don't worry, we got notes for the show.
Surprisingly tender.
We called the people watching the show something we still do not remember.
We don't remember what it
we
is.
called
You know
the
what that
people on the
is?
show.
An opportunity
For new beginnings.
for new beginnings.
What this basically is.
Mm-hmm.
We are new beginnings. We are, honestly, this is not even, this is the beginning.
This is the beginning.
This is the start.
It's like a season 2,
Yes.
but worse. It's a season 1.
I really didn't, because in a way, I think the weekly issue is
Yes.
my first piece of, whatever. First and foremost, hi.
Oh, hi.
You didn't get to see the weekly issue podcast for about, I think it's almost 10 months.
10 months, not
Almost-
a year, though.
Almost a year, but it's not a year.
Not a year. So I think good on us.
Listen to me. The weekly issue, right, at the end of the day,
Yes.
is a pod where, Vinny,
Turbo.
we listen, we watch, we gather information, we just talk about our nerdum, our fandom for what we love. I personally am more on the side of I live life. You know, what are you going to do? I like to live life on the edge. Vinny's more mature. He likes to have his slippers next to his bed. He likes to have his regiment in the morning.
Yes,
I
it's
wake
true.
up and I
This
put
is
whatever
true.
I see next to my bed inside of my mouth.
Yes. True.
I
Turbo,
live life like that.
Turbo is always on the edge.
So it's two guys like that
Having a podcast.
that like nerd shit.
Yes.
He grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I grew up going to WWE watching, now that we know is basically Bravo, Real Housewives of
really
steroid
is.
heads. That's-
WWE is just anime, and I will die on that hill. It's dramatic speeches with fighting at the end. It's just anime. If you like anime, you will love the WWE.
We were eating, shout out Samuel Jackson's Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's Hot Chicken. Shout out Samuel Jackson.
Great show to sponsor a fucking Marvel, DC, Star Wars nerd channel.
Yeah, it's all in the same realm.
Samuel Jackson was a
He was-
Sensei Jedi.
He was definitely in some of those things.
He was a Jedi.
Yeah, he was Nick Fury.
Who was it? What was the name of Star Wars?
Mace Windu?
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. He had the purple one.
You know what, though? Always thought that was racial, by the way.
It wasn't?
Always thought that was
It
racial.
was not?
Giving the purple one.
Samuel
you know why
requested that.
purple?
He requested
You know
it.
why?
He requested
I
it.
don't think that. I don't think
Well,
that.
I know. He told
I think
me.
they went
He
straight to the
told me.
kitchen. They saw
He told
grape
me.
soda, and they
All
said,
right,
okay, here you go.
all
Wait a minute. Was I just putting that into the universe? That's not
What?
a racial thing, grape soda. No, is it?
I don't know, man. I'm not in with the times.
I'm not going to start canceling us before we can get even started.
Welcome to episode 12.
But no, but that could even be another conversation. He's the only, okay, black, was he the first African-American? First black?
First in Star Wars history? Maybe. I don't know.
God bless.
Well, no,
God
Lando.
bless.
What am I talking about? Lando.
That's it. Was it? Oh yeah, you're
Are you
right.
talking about like
Well,
chronological
Jedi
order?
in a way. No, Jedi.
He's not. I don't think he was the first black Jedi. He's the first one I know, but I don't know if he was the first ever. He's-
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cut that first part
Yes,
with the
cut
thing with
it
the
all.
whole thing,
Cut it
and then we're
all.
gonna start right here. No, people, we just been. Well, I personally have a podcast called Professional Child. Again, and I always self-promoted.
you
and I'm
always
gonna do again.
self-promote. You got to
I'm
keep
gonna
it.
do right now.
You know, it's just a running bit at this point.
I am going to say right off the bat, I was dealing with shit. Okay, life got crazy for me. This was what I was gonna say. Like the weekly issue is probably my first piece of like content that I'm gonna create. That I have since taken a break.
True.
From stuff.
Very
last-
true. I'm honored to have you on.
Well, Vinny, not only are you honored, you should be.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to just explain that a lot of the break was on my part. A lot was new with my life. As Vinny is checking his phone.
Listen,
and
I'm a
I don't
busy
know
man.
How far in? 4 minutes and already a racial cancellation.
It's gonna
You're
be
checking
a lot.
your phone.
I gotta check my phone.
Jesus Christ. I wanted just to say I was dealing with some stuff. Still am. However, I'm ready to come back onto YouTube and to just be who I truly know I can be, Vinny. I want to have fun with you. Vinny, also, you got a new job right when we were starting.
I do,
the
yeah.
Weekly issue.
Yes,
so
yes.
your life was crazy. I remember when we started meeting the first couple episodes. You were doing your fucking job or whatever. You never your new job. I didn't have my job. I started. We were just meeting up whenever we wanted to. We were just recording whenever we wanted to.
This
and
is
then
true.
shit got real and even more on my
Yes.
side. So we said, you know what? Let's just fucking stop right now. Let's just do what we gotta do. Let's take care of what we gotta really take care of. MCU's not going nowhere.
True.
DC, we know, is not going nowhere.
Nope.
Okay?
It's on the rise,
we know
baby. It's on the
Star Wars,
rise.
they just keep throwing shit at us. That ain't going nowhere.
No.
Okay?
That ain't sticking.
And we know all 111 of
11.
whatever the fuck they are.
11.
I call the people who watch. Don't forget, I have my own channel, my own podcast. I call them sexy bastards. Again,
You know?
self-promotion.
I'm gonna go nice. I'm gonna call them friends.
Sexy bastards is not mean at
Friends.
all.
It's not mean, but it's your thing. We need our thing.
Yeah, but you just said I don't want nothing mean.
Well,
You're calling, but you're trying to say like I'm calling my people's motherfuckers.
maybe.
I'm not calling them that.
I don't know.
The first word is what?
I can't say that. I can't
Sexy.
repeat that.
Sexy. Why you can't repeat sexy?
Can't do it. Won't do it. Out of principle.
Sexy should welcome them like, oh, this kid just called me. Okay, I thought I had a bad hair day. And then I hit with like you sexy bastard. That's not a word you use to someone if you're not like, I want you to be close with me.
It's like an oxymoron.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
I don't think you had. Who can I just bring up because it's a fucking nerd podcast? I don't want to bring up. I don't want to keep talking for 10 minutes about our personal shit. It's like you won't have Wolverine call Deadpool bastard in the next one because they're not close yet.
Oh, but they're gonna be close by the end of it.
He may call him like a dumb bastard,
Possibly.
but he's not calling him like a sexy. Like your comrades. If you're a sexy
friends,
bastard, your
pals.
comrade.
Speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine,
See how I did that? You
that was
see
really
how
fun.
I
That
did
was
that?
nice. That was
See
nice.
how I did that? I went into what they call a transition.
Woohoo. We got a list here.
Oh, talk. Go
Talk. All right. So I
I don't
recently,
spread my legs. Talk.
as of today, I watched the Deadpool and Wolverine
You
trailer.
watched it right when we got here.
I did watch it right when we got here. Obviously, I
and-
watched the Super Bowl. I knew it was out. I saw bits and clips of it, but today was the first time actually sitting down and watching it all the way through. And we're going to talk about it here on the pod today. So you saw it a lot
Oh,
earlier.
I thought you were just gonna go in. I thought you were just gonna.
Well, this is a
Listen.
This is a back and forth, man.
First of all, this is the first one back.
His first
so
one
we're gonna
back.
be a little rusty.
Little
All right,
bit.
I already canceled myself at the first one. We really can't. We're gonna cut that out. In the beginning,
I don't
okay?
think we should.
We're gonna cut it out. I don't even think it was. I just thought grape soda was something racial. I just thought it
And
was.
that's why we'll even.
Because I think a purple
That's
grape.
your
I don't
pure-
know though. You see, a
that's
lot
your
of times I say shit because
that's
I'm
your
trying to fill
pure-
time.
that's
We're trying
your-
to fill time.
That's your personal. That's something you're going through.
I eat his fucking chicken. I ate chicken. I loved it. It was great.
Are you saying chicken's racial? Now that we have to cut.
Vinny. We're trying to get invited to premieres if you're not understanding where we're going with the show. This is a show that you want to listen to after you're done listening to all the serious. We haven't talked one thing fucking cartoon yet.
I said
Let me tell you
Deadpool.
something. This is why you're watching us. We put the flag in the background that you can half see because we want you to firstly think you're watching a serious podcast, but then when you listen, you're like, oh shit, these kids need medication. Mostly me, but I'm just saying first and foremost, you put me on a rant that I don't even know where I was ending.
Well, you got us here. You got to get us out.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and
You watched
Wolverine.
the trailer
I
before the
watched
show.
the trailer.
I was watching the Super Bowl when it came on the commercial. I was
Yes.
actually thinking of the show while the commercial was on.
Okay.
I now know you were not.
That's true. I was doing something completely different. Speaking of which, after watching the Deadpool trailer,
Speaking of which, that's Super
I
Bowl.
just go to Super Bowl and I was thinking about it.
Where's that Tom Brady?
Where was it rigged? Where's Taylor? Will she be on the pod?
Yes.
Yes.
Answer's yes
100
already. You already gave it up.
She's already going to be Dazzler
I love T Swift.
in the Deadpool movie.
No, but Vinny's fresh off the
I am
fresh off the slate
I'm fresh off.
of the Deadpool
watching.
Wolverine trailer.
Correct. So yeah, no, I mean, I like it so far. As most trailers go, I don't really put, thanks to other movies that we will discuss later in this podcast, I don't like to put a lot on trailers, but it's Deadpool. Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds. It looks great. It's Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Can't really go wrong. I'm very excited for this movie. I'm happy that it's the only sort of one of the only Marvel things we're getting this year. I'm loving, taking a step back. We were saturated. They saturated the market.
In a way, how much did we miss since we haven't posted a video? Listen.
We missed Loki.
We missed most of the summer.
We missed Loki. We missed Marvels. We missed the Marvels. We missed don't disrespect the Marvels. Don't disrespect. We'll get into it. We missed technically What If season 2, Echo.
Okay. I always feel like the what ifs though are just
we
you can
wouldn't
always
have
go
talked
back to them.
Yes, we
always
wouldn't
go
have.
back.
We probably wouldn't have talked about.
I don't
them
think the people
anyway.
of Marvel know what the fuck they're doing with what ifs now.
Apparently, sorry for a little tinge. Star Wars is going to be getting a What If series.
Sort of under the same roof. Disney
no
Plus.
shiz.
Whatever the fuck.
I'm just saying, it's interesting news.
But nothing could be sacred anymore.
No. Well,
know
what
I'm
do you
saying?
Don't you want
Nothing
media
can be sacred.
flushing your eyeballs every second of the day? Don't
listen.
you want to just keep consuming till you die?
But.
Okay.
What I'm saying is though, okay, what I said before was MCU's not going nowhere.
That's
MCU's
very
not going
true.
nowhere.
Very true.
They
Very
take
true.
millions of years to give us the stuff we want.
Yeah,
But as
even
we're
then.
waiting for that, they're throwing shit at us to shut our mouths up.
That's true,
You
but,
know what I'm
it
saying?
hasn't always been like that.
That's why we
though.
have a segment later about
yeah.
Echo. But I'm just saying, right now, I'm happy to finally get
True.
off. Like when I saw that commercial,
Yeah.
we all knew it was going to be a Deadpool Wolverine. They came out with a teaser
Before. They
with
did,
Ryan
they
Reynolds
did.
and
Hugh
Hugh Jackman coming up with a funny little Instagram video. But I'm like, okay. But then you don't know if they're just doing that and it's going to be a small cameo of Wolverine. You don't know that. Then more things start coming out. The images that
We saw
the
the set
teaser, the
pictures and
sets.
yes.
So now you're like, oh, they're really going into the anal cavity with this and they're really going to go deep. I
Correct.
love the fact that they did this trailer. They didn't really show Wolverine a lot. They just showed silhouettes, shadows. They just went they just went with the fact that Deadpool's now in the MCU, bitch.
Yes.
That's all we want you to know.
That I disagree. I wish I saw a little more Wolverine.
Oh, that's where we leave.
That
is where we
go. So
That's
my
where
thing is,
the drop kick
I don't
comes
know,
in.
and I saw that this isn't an original Vinny thought. This is something I saw on Twitter, and it was like, why are they making it like we haven't seen Wolverine in costume for 6 months?
In a way, we haven't ever seen him in that
Yes,
original
we
Marvel
have.
costume.
On the set pictures. The set pictures where you see Hugh Jackman running around in the suit, and
You're not
posted
go-
this. He's like, why haven't we?
We've seen his head, the back of his head, in the
in
poker
the shot.
thing, whatever, right?
In the actual trailer, we see
The
him
shadow.
twice. We see whatever, maybe 3 times. Then
Yeah.
the shadow when he's jumping on top of him, and the
Yes.
poker scene.
Yes.
But I'm saying in like set pictures for the past 6 months, you could see Hugh Jackman in that blue and yellow suit. And like, why make it like we've never seen it before? Like when the movie goes on, we're gonna be like, he's wearing what? Like, come on.
I'm someone, as you know, that's very petty with this stuff. And I would love to now ask Sony, they probably haven't plenty of times answered this. But I would ask, why wasn't this the
Well,
original?
Sony's always like,
no. Because
grounded.
if we got Spider-Mans, Toby's, Andrews, and for some fucking reason they didn't know what blue and red was, okay? And we got Jolly the Green Giant, Green Spider-Man, Purple Spider-Man, we got the Power Rangers besides red and blue.
I was gonna say, can you imagine like Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire's in like a wife beater and jeans?
But then you go and you watch Wolverine or X-Men when you were a kid and you really wanted, right? And you were ready to go see your first woman in 2002, whatever the fuck, and they're wearing black Louis Vuitton. Let me ask
it's all
you something.
Gucci leather. It's all alligator
If
print.
I was like like with the Fox cartoons back then,
yeah.
and you were like, I want to see that bright electric
Yellow.
yellow, blue, and you see that, you're like, you're probably not mad at first, but you're like,
You're definitely a little
you know
peeved.
what?
You're a little peeved.
It doesn't feel like the X-Men.
True.
If that was with Spider-Man, and we got, let's
you
say, a movie
imagine?
where it was like Deadpool and Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
And we saw red and blue Spider for the first time, they didn't show us, I would get that.
Yes.
I would understand
Yes,
that.
yes.
Because you want to build up the hype.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. Okay. Now I'm with you.
So yeah, exactly.
Now I'm with you.
Because Vinny, if we automatically got right, like if you ask them the question why they make it, like they set it up like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's because this is the Wolverine we never really got.
Very true. It is the Wolverine we never got.
I used to be a big Marvel Snap fan. The card game, you know what? Got a clear storage in the phone. I had to delete it. When
That's correct, because I remember back in the day, you were like, this is it. This is the game. I'm never.
well, at the time,
Of course, everyone thinks that.
At the time, I was
Remember-
trying to fill up my crazy life. I was trying to ignore my life shit with Marvel Snap.
That's like prime Candy Crush, 2016.
Exactly.
And I came out and you're just
People-
like, this is it. This is the end all
People
be
put
all.
in their job for
This is
fucking Candy Crush. I'm over here trying to.
I got a
play
Spider-Man on
Marvel
the left
Snap.
side and the Galactus in the middle.
Oh, that was times though.
Those were times. Those are
a couple
times.
months ago.
The good old days.
But now, like, what I was bringing it up because in that Wolverine in the game, he goes, "Hello, bub." Like, you didn't really get
You didn't get-
that
you didn't-
Wolverine.
yeah, you didn't get
We
that
got
Wolverine.
fucking cigar smoking. You know, the Wolverine we got from Sony. If you didn't know it was Wolverine, he'd be like a union carpenter.
That is not true. That's Wolverine. Well, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Well, besides the fucking
the only
ka-ching
The only
claws,
thing he didn't do
the
was wearing
ka-ching
yellow suit.
claws.
Everything else, he's Wolverine. He's Wolverine. Everything else is everything that he acted. Even the wife
Isn't
beater in
there
the
a
jeans.
movie?
That's
what's
Wolverine.
the movie with him and Sabretooth?
X-Men Origins.
When Deadpool kills him, the fucking
Yeah,
samurai Deadpool.
X-Men Origins.
If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Doesn't he go back to in the beginning when he has the bone claws?
Yeah.
Right? Or does he? Oh yeah, and then we see how he got the
Yes.
game.
After the Weapon
Most
X.
of that movie, he's fucking cutting trees and he's
Yeah.
fucking living life. Yeah, but even after that, he's trying not to use his powers, right? He's trying to
it's
be
a-
fucking.
I'm just
Wolverine. He's
saying,
trying,
the character of
what is he
Wolverine,
doing?
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
And I feel like this Wolverine here, he's always in that costume. You don't see him in a t-shirt.
Oh, you'll see him in a
me-
t-shirt.
I mean,
you see him in a t-shirt.
There's a lot more t-shirt scenes in the MC in the movies than there are fucking let's go
And
to
are you talking
war.
all of comics? All of come on. I disagree. I disagree. Wow. And this is the first time I can say since we've been back,
And this is the first
Dead
and
air.
final podcast.
dead air.
The first and final podcast. Dead air. I miss
Dead
dead
air.
air.
I miss dead air.
dead
Don't
air.
worry, guys. We will have a lot of dead air in this podcast going forward.
Like we said, folks, listen.
Listen.
First one. These are our notes.
Listen.
And we're going
Well,
by
you could
them.
say so. This is going to be a different universe Wolverine. Obviously, they said they're not going to touch Logan at all. They're not going to touch Logan and Wolverine's death at all. But this is going to be a different universe Logan.
But now here's my okay. So now I set this up to Vinny beforehand. Before he even watched the trailer. So now I was trying to be nice.
He woke me up at 3 a.m.
But now I'm trying to say this. Yes. New Rockstar said it first.
Okay.
So now
We're name dropping.
So now
we're name dropping.
I'm piggybacking off what they said.
That's very
They're
good Socratic
smart,
word.
and I'm just the dumb one watching. Usually stoned at fucking 2 a.m. trying to watch some fucking New Rockstar, trying to understand what the hell is going on because I ain't watching the shows.
No.
Ted came out, and that's a fun
Ted
show.
did came out. Oh, that's such a
That's
good show.
why I'm watching.
Such
that's
a
why
good
I'm not
show.
watching these MCU
So much
shows.
better than anything Marvel.
I'd rather watch
produced.
7 episodes
Me too.
of a talking teddy bear that's smoking out of a bong than trying to understand the
Marvel
what
Cinematic
the
Universe.
Marvels are trying to do in space. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a better show.
It's not a female thing.
No.
This is not. I'm
It's
not
a purely content.
I'm not trying to do a racial thing among with a sexist thing in the same show.
You
Not
can't.
gonna do that.
That'd be taboo.
But I'm just not focused on the show, so sometimes I'll watch New Rockstar and they'll plant the nugget in my head, and I'll be like, "That's what I'm gonna talk to Vinny about for the next 5 hours." Is Deadpool the first movie to really set up Secret Wars? Because now we see in the trailer they may be in what was the place in Loki where all the people go that were pruned?
The Void?
The Void, where Eliath is, right?
Eliath, yes, very good job.
Because I remember the card. Eliath would go, and you see in the trailer him snatching people, whatever the fuck goes on, right? And that it makes sense because Secret Wars is all about a world where
Warworld.
wasn't it in the beginning? Dr. Doom sends them there somehow.
Yeah.
How'd they get there to the new world? Or
I think
whatever?
it just sort of like I don't remember, so don't quote me on this.
I actually
but
swear to God to you, because I know they're going based off the Secret Wars 2015.
yeah.
I know that's what they're going on.
Yeah.
But now I don't.
I think they
fucking
just
read.
get teleported there.
can't-
I honestly don't know.
I honestly don't read because I don't use the brain.
Yeah.
So I try to look up videos and they're saying that if they end up being like, this is the world where a bunch of the heroes got
Yeah, like they all
fucking,
get, like,
you know,
pruned.
and that's another thing. We shouldn't be scared of this. You know, listen, I understand
Sure.
a lot of the Marvel podcasts and comic book podcasts, where the fuck they're very PG-13, they're wearing bow ties and they're not cursing. Ryan Reynolds looked dead in the camera and told Disney
Yes.
he was used to pegging.
Yes.
I'm not giving a fuck no more, Vin.
Okay.
I'm not giving a fuck
Sure.
no more.
I mean,
let's keep in
I
that
didn't know
grape
you were
soda.
holding back.
Let's keep in that grape soda because I don't give a fuck.
I didn't know you were holding back all this time.
If Ryan Reynolds is talking about pegging
Well, that's Deadpool, babe.
in a Disney movie, I don't care what they give the rating. I don't care fucking
It
Walt
has to be
Disney
R.
down the fucking.
It has to be
You know
rated
how
R.
they made listen to me.
It has
I don't
to be.
care if they turn Walt Disney's. Maybe that's why they were keeping Walt Disney's brand on ice because of fucking AI.
Maybe. Very possible. ChatGPT could be the first steps into the light of a new world.
Because I was gonna say, what are they gonna do? They're gonna bring back fucking Walt Disney and go, no. Parents, you're supposed to know what the movie's rated. No, bitch. It says fucking Disney on the poster. I'm bringing my 3-year-old kid. Now that 3-year-old kid heard pegging. Mommy, what's pegging?
True. Well, I mean, I think Deadpool has a good run with their 2 movies, 2 rated R movies. I don't think any parents. I don't think.
Sony.
I don't care.
Sony.
Doesn't
now Marvel.
matter. Doesn't matter. Sony's still.
I'm
involved.
happy they didn't put the print on it. I'm happy they didn't screw the pooch, whatever the fuck the term is. I'm happy they didn't do that. I'm happy they
It's
kept.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
From what we've seen in the trailer so far, I'm happy they kept that flair.
What if I'm saying like so like they had that thing, the pegging.
Yes.
What if like that's like one of the
only
only thing? Like it's the most raunchy MCU movie you'll see, but it's like the most tame Deadpool movie.
All right, let's go back a little bit, right? What was a lot of the stuff in the first 2 Deadpools that really you think couldn't happen?
Not.
I mean, did they show like? Remember, he turned into a baby in the second one or whatever. Like he was regrowing.
Yeah.
Did they show like butt? Or whatever? They showed
Maybe
Thor's
they showed
butt,
Yeah, they showed.
but
butt
they had
and
2
thunder.
cuts.
True, they did. They did have 2 cuts of that.
Or one fucking butt scene.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know why they do the things that they do. I don't think there was anything crazy.
I'm so sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah,
again.
yeah, you know.
We just watched we watched a TikTok trend just now before we started of parents now making their kids curse on the phone.
Yeah, don't do that. That's
Why
weird.
are we having?
Don't do that. That's
Why
bad.
are we? No. If that's the new world we live in,
Okay.
Thor's butt's not a fucking crazy
Yes.
thing to be seen.
I'd say Thor's butt is not a crazy.
No,
thing
they
to be
probably modified the butt.
seen. Definitely.
That wasn't OG butt.
Do you think it was like modified up or down?
Oh, they plumped it up.
Oh,
That's not OG butt. That's not
we
OG
almost
butt.
yeah.
We almost made contact.
We almost
on
made
that.
contact.
You gotta
Let's
remember
never
the
do that
continuity.
again. Never do it again. But yeah, no, that was an OG butt. That was definitely plumped.
But I'm just saying, if this is the first movie to really set up Secret Wars, I think this would be a good one because if they can get away with some raunchy shit,
Maybe. I don't think it's
you
the
know
first
what I'm
one to
saying?
because I feel like, in all honesty, that like, you know, wherever Kang is in this world, I think the post credit scene, I think from Ant-Man and the Wasp, where it's like not Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man Quantumania, where it's like the Council of Kangs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the first, like, okay, Secret Wars is probably going to be a thing soon.
I just don't know where, first and foremost, because like I said, I haven't even read a comic book for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
But I want to start reading the 2015 ones if they're going to go off of.
Sure.
That's the one question. I'm going to want to know how the fuck they even got there.
Yeah.
2, I just wanted, like, remember I even told you Ant-Man wasn't a good movie to introduce a Kang character like that?
Yeah.
I don't think any other character would really be good for a Secret Wars introduction besides Deadpool, because Deadpool, like I said, he breaks the fourth wall like
Deadpool would
that.
be good.
He could maybe talk about to the fourth wall, like, this shit's fucked up. Like, what the I don't know. You know what I'm
True.
trying to say?
Very true.
We also brought up that we don't want a lot of fourth wall breaking like She-Hulk.
Yeah. No, definitely. But like, yeah, no, I don't want. Really, the only fourth wall breaking in She-Hulk that I didn't like was the end when she was jumping through Disney Plus screens and things like that. And even then, it wasn't like I wasn't like appalled. Like I was like, get this off my like. It was just like this is a weird route to take, and I don't think they would do that for Deadpool. But this leads into another question I have. Like, so do you think we're gonna see Deadpool in like an Avengers setting? Like, do you think it's gonna be like
See, now that's what you're saying.
the Avengers and Deadpool?
So
Like-
now let's play that fucking card. I can't see now She-Hulk being in that fucking
I can see
world.
She-Hulk. She just obviously the fourth wall breaking has to.
If she was in a fucking Thanos-style war where I still have a problem with Wasp fixing her gloves in that fucking war, okay?
I
If we
think
got
She-Hulk's
people
fake.
fixing gloves,
Yeah.
we're gonna have She-Hulk talking to cameras.
I
like,
think
look at this purple guy. I would
think
rather her
She-Hulk-
die.
She-Hulk,
I would rather her
Alright,
die.
alright. I think She-Hulk fits better in current like MCU characters than Deadpool does. Who would Deadpool talk to? He's gonna talk to fucking 15-year-old Tom Holland, like
Fucking Wendy Williams. Get to them all.
like
Get to 'em all.
Who is Deadpool gonna connect with? I don't know, and maybe there's someone I'm
Vinny-
forgetting that he's going to.
I don't know who
I
they're
don't
gonna
know.
connect with.
It's like who he's gonna connect to. You know what else connects? Webs. Webs
But
like
you
to connect.
know the other thing is we could talk, but they're not our problems.
True.
They're the Marvel's
listen,
problems.
I tried the segment.
But again, I told you we can't always trust
I
that theory.
I
because
tried.
that line of talk because we have that line of talk to give us less anxiety, and without it has to talk like this and what can happen, what can do. Let me write, let me email them, let me email Kevin Feige, my email, my resume, like I have my W2 forms. I've emailed all that, but now let me tell you this: we can't talk like that because we're gonna get stuff like the end of She-Hulk when there's robots and there's breaking of the fourth walls and there's crazy Kevin robots, and we're gonna be like, the fuck's going on here? We can't be like we have to be always on the ball with what the fuck's going on. We always have to have rants of oh shit, what's gonna happen because we can't trust them no more. Just like you can't trust the government. Just like we don't even know if COVID was a thing, and that's not they want to bring up. Okay, what's going on with fucking Plan B? They're not stopped no more.
So I watched Madam Web recently, and by recently I mean today. Are you all right?
I haven't watched Madam Web at all.
I've watched Madam Web.
I went a place thing. I went a place.
The reviews are in, and the reviews are bad.
I was gonna go take a look.
Sony does it again, making a bad. But you know what? I'm sure that Craven movie is gonna be top notch. That Craven movie. Oh, they're
That
gonna hate
Craven
it.
movie that got hate the second it to the fucking trailer. I wasn't even watching the trailer. I saw comments about the trailer
It's
being
coming.
like, "The fuck is this? We asked for a Craven, we get Vladimir Putin. What the fuck is going on here?"
Don't worry, I'm sure you're gonna hit the mark. Just do Spider-Man.
I asked Vinny what's going on with Echo. Oh, Echo. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Paper. Madam Web. And he asked me, don't even bother. I said, should
I'm
we talk
telling
about
you.
spoilers? Should we put a little screen up
There
like
are
spoiler?
none.
But then he said there isn't.
There's nothing that ties it into
I'll be
anything.
listening
MC.
along with you guys. 'Cause I don't know
Sure.
fuck.
Well, what do you want to know about that?
I would love to know how it has anything to do with Spider-Man. Because dumb fans like me hear Madam Web, they
Anything
think Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
How
That's
the
fair.
fuck is it connected with Spider-Man? Or how is it connected with anything going on in our crazy universe?
It doesn't. So basically, in the Madam Web movie, what's her name? I don't even know her name. Clara.
You are usually
something
great with names.
Webb.
That's how I know the movie sucked.
Something Web. I do know one of the
Vinny
girls.
can tell you
one
the
of the girls-
15th extra in Titanic.
One of the girls, the one who Sydney Sweeney.
Euphoria.
She plays Julia Cornwall, and the entire movie I was just like Cornwall, like the entire Cornwall.
And is she an extra? Is
Just
she a
every time.
Spidey?
She is sort of a Spidey. I'm not. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of research into the movie. I don't know really what comics they're based off. I know they're based off of Spider-Woman in comics, so I don't really know too much about them.
Wait, was this your? Oh, who cares?
This was not my Who Cares.
Okay, continue.
All right, so my sorry, that really threw me off there.
I apologize.
Really
Vin.
threw
First
me
one
off
back.
there.
First one back. We're already canceled. Continue.
Cornwall. So basically,
Cornwall.
Madam Web. Her character doesn't make a lot of sense. She is in a near-death experience.
The trailer I got basically was that she can go back in time.
No, so she's in a near-death experience, and she starts to be able to see the future. So she can see, and then she sees like this guy Ezekiel.
Yeah.
He's
From
a
The
guy,
Walking Dead.
Yes, he's a weird character fact. Also, comic book accurate. Doesn't
Yeah.
wear shoes. Is always barefoot. No
Okay.
socks.
All right.
Nothing. Even in the Amazon.
Okay.
So he apparently
Vinny's making sure this guy doesn't get gangrene.
No.
He doesn't care about anything else.
this guy apparently, he went to the Amazon and he found a spider, radioactive or not, I don't know. But, the movie opens with Ezekiel and Madam Webb's mother in the Amazon. Now, Madam Webb's mother is, of course, pregnant, 9 months pregnant in the Amazon.
Okay.
Like every smart parent should be.
Okay.
So they're looking for this rare spider, and the mother finds the spider. Ezekiel shoots everybody, takes the spider for himself, and then shoots the mother. The mother then finds another spider comes, bites the mother, infecting her with venom.
Shouldn't we put fucking
Explicit?
spoiler warning? And as we just have to stop really fast because we reached our time, but now we're back.
We're back. I don't know if we should spoil it because this is the first 2 minutes of the movie.
You told I want you
That's
to tell
the
the
first
people.
2 minutes
I want
of the
you
movie.
to talk to the people the same way you talk to me. Because I asked you, should I go see it? And you said no, it sucked. And I said, you know what, just tell it to me.
Yeah,
in a
and that's what I'm doing.
No, but in a way, I don't care. People may care.
All right, we'll put a spoiler warning.
I just want to look out for them.
I don't know. It was a spoiler for Madam Web.
That's why I don't give a fuck what you
care
do.
about Madam.
I just don't want to,
I don't care about any
knowing
Sony
knowing
movie.
this genre of nerdum, I will get canceled for the fucking 2 jokes I made. I'll get canceled for not putting a spoiler warning.
Cornwall. Now,
Fuck.
I don't care about any Sony movie.
Yes.
So whatever. Ezekiel takes the spider back to you. He gets Spider-Man powers. He does no webs because he can't make web fluid, but he can jump. He can basically jump and climb on walls. So Claire, she's born in the Amazon. Her mom dies. She gets shipped back to New York. They don't explain it. She's just shipped back to New York. Years later, she grows up. She's an EMT with partner for the EMT, Ben Parker.
Oh my god. Oh, I keep thinking of when you said she's shipped to New York. I think she's one of the migrants.
She had the card. She flashed it. Eric Adams.
So her mom died. She came to New York City. She got on a New York bus. Mayor Adams gave her a debit card.
We did political rant for free, by the way.
Oh my god.
Back to the web. Basically,
So they're really throwing a lot of Spider-Man like Easter eggs at you.
yes and yes. So it's like, Ben is there, and he's like, I just met this new girl.
Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Yes.
And he's a good part of the movie. I will say I like the actor whose name slips my mind. Adam Scott, maybe slips my mind.
Yeah, Adam Scott, the guy
Adam
from,
Scott, the guy from Parks and Rec.
Yes,
I was
yes,
right.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so he plays Ben, and I feel like that's probably my favorite character of the entire movie. My
remember him in the trailer,
my
yeah,
least
yeah.
favorite character is Claire.
Wait, he plays Ben Parker?
He plays Ben Parker.
Alright,
and you know who
alright.
plays? So he had his sister-in-law, Peter's mother.
Yeah.
Emma Roberts plays her.
Good for her.
I know. I didn't know she was in the movie.
I
and
didn't know she was
popped up.
alive still.
Emma Roberts?
Yeah.
Wow, come on.
Emma Roberts.
She was good. What,
If I'm thinking of her correctly.
what do you think she was in?
Was she the lawyer in Ted 2?
No, that's like Amy like Siegfried or something. Amy Seaman.
know, Vinny.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I'm sorry. I just butchered her name.
don't
I
know.
love her.
Shout out. God bless.
That's just another blonde girl.
I knew blonde. Blonde hit me. I knew. Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts. She was in that Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Back to the web. So Ezekiel, for some reason, is having dreams. His entire life, he's having dreams.
Okay.
That the 3 girls, Sydney Sweeney, Cornwall.
Yes.
Cornwall, I think, I forgot, the other 2 names escape me. Besides Cornwall.
You could give that girl any fucking name. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I love it.
Cornwall.
Yeah.
And whatever. So the 3 girls, including Cornwall, are going to kill him.
Okay.
He just keeps having dreams about that.
Okay.
And so he's like, I have to kill these 3 girls first. It doesn't say why he's having the dreams. We could assume that it's like a thing from the spider, because they assume in the movie somewhere.
Well,
she's like, it's like,
remember
he got the spider powers.
Never told me the
Webb
first
got
sleep
You saw the
in
future?
the first one, Sony.
I don't.
Remember when he goes home and he goes, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
He sees the future.
I'm nervous or whatever the fuck. I'm nervous.
I have anxiety. I'm going to classic Tobey
Remember when
Maguire.
fucking Aunt May, whatever, she was like, are you okay? You want something to eat? And he goes, nah, I'm nervous.
I I don't know. I don't remember. Tobey Maguire's famous Spider-Man line.
I have anxiety right now,
I'm gonna freak.
This was 2003. There was no better help. There was no therapy.
No sock doc. There was no sock doc back then.
So I'm trying. So you remember? So he goes upstairs and he pulls up the fucking covers with his bed bite, with his bug bite.
We've talked about Spider-Man more than the Madam Web movie in its entirety. So Ezekiel has dreams. So he's like, I'm gonna go kill these 3 16-year-olds, as any normal man does. So he uses
He's the guy in that
which
black
I think
spider
is weird.
suit.
Do you know, not to get weird, but so the movie takes place in 2003, right?
Yes.
And so it's like the NSA is like doing like intense surveillance.
You want to cut
Me?
NSA.
I was talking about the NSA.
NASA.
So yeah. So the National Security Agency is doing like surveillance, which I think it's a weird thing to mention because this was like it's the Patriot Act.
Okay,
Basically,
okay.
right after 9/11,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
we're hitting all the good notes this episode. So
Welcome
it's like,
back.
So it's the Patriot Act after 9/11 is like the NSA is doing like advanced surveillance systems,
Okay.
and this random ass man Ezekiel is like, "Give me that network." And like hacks into the NSA Patriot Act system,
Okay.
where you could look at like any like CCTV, phones, whatever. Even there wasn't really phones back then.
Watchdogs.
Sort of like
Yeah.
Watchdogs.
There you go.
To just try to find these 3 girls.
Okay.
Claire has a vision. She's like on a train with like all 3 of the girls because fate.
Yeah.
And she has visions of Ezekiel coming and just killing all of them, and so she saves the girls. And like these girls are like, are you like? She gets up and she's like, come on, let's go.
In the diner, right?
No, this is in the train.
Okay. Gotcha.
And the girl's like, what are you talking about? We don't know each other. You're kidnapping us. What's going on? And Claire's like, shut up. And then whatever. Claire saves them. And they're like, what's going on? And she's like, there's someone coming to kill you. And they're like, what do you mean? How do you know that? And he goes, goodbye. And like walks away. And she's like, well, what do you mean? Like, aren't you going to help us? And she goes, no.
But what's the movie about?
I'm going to drop you off at your parents and they can deal with this. And they're like, but what
don't they
what
have
are you talking?
powers?
They don't have powers the entire movie.
But the trailer showed them in suits.
Yes, and Ezekiel sees them with powers killing him. They never get the suits.
That was a vision shot.
They never. Yes, it's at the end of the movie. Like they never get their powers. She sees like a vision of the future where they all have powers. It's not in the movie at all. So basically, a lot of the movie also is Claire helping them and then saying, "I'm not going to help you," which is my biggest gripe with the movie.
No. But then no. You see, now if I would have paid money
Yes.
to go see that movie, wasted money on the fucking popcorn and the bullshit, and that was the experience I got.
Exactly.
That's why I don't go to see these Marvel movies unless they're the big ones.
You can't.
Do you know which next Marvel movie? I don't give a fuck what happens. You know what next Marvel movie I am seeing in the theaters? I don't give a fuck, and I'm used to now watching it in my nice bed and whatever the fuck.
Kang Dynasty?
No. I'm going with, well, okay. If that one comes out first, I don't care. But Fantastic Four, and next week we'll talk a lot more about that. But I'm saying I'm going to that one. I am waiting for that one. And if they play any fucking games with this year's fucking Fantastic Four, we'll talk next week. I'm going to fuck it. If you don't see me next week, I'll kill I'm just saying. I want to talk about something, Vinny.
Sure.
Because if you just finished that with Madam Web, I don't even want to fucking I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Sure.
Someone else missed the show.
Someone else is missing from the show.
Missing from the show and missed the show. I got a lot of phone calls when we were stopping, when I was working and you were working, and I was just trying to figure out how we can bring this to next level. I was calling Netflix. I was calling.
We were calling,
I was
the
calling
WWE.
I was calling Marvel themselves. I was gonna say,
Triple
listen,
H.
You know how you have coming attractions before your movies? How about you put a live episode of the weekly issue before every cinema show, and you'll be having us talk about.
They'd show up 45 minutes before.
Why the fuck not?
I would.
If you prank them and said you're going to be seeing 45 minutes of how we came to produce this movie and how we made it.
But instead,
It's
us.
It cuts like little editing.
Okay.
And it's us.
ooh, I like it. I like
Make our
it.
global debut. However, they respectfully declined. But
Of
now,
course.
while I was going through those messages, I saw Mike Francesa,
Oh,
sports radio broadcaster.
He's really good friends.
For WFAN for the past, I don't know how many fucking years, retired now, respectfully.
respectful.
Doing his own podcast called, I
Discharged.
believe it's, I don't know, but
Wow.
it's probably called
Really good
God,
really good friends.
because it's the best one out there.
Except
The weekly issue.
the weekly issue, of course. Okay.
I sincerely would like to reintroduce Mike Francesa back on the show
All right.
on how I completely don't give a fuck about Echo.
All right.
Oh, who cares? Sorry, I'm not a comic book guy. Is that who he is, Stan Lee?
Created Spider-Man. That was his
Oh,
nickname.
created Spider-Man? Sorry. I never was a comic book reader as a kid. I apologize. Never. Oh, who cares?
So, Vin,
Turb.
you didn't agree right away with when I said I want to do a No Who Cares
I
about
did
Echo.
not. I
But
don't
I
think it
wanted to
deserves
have
a
Mike
No Who
because Mike was
Cares.
being a fucking crybaby about
Honestly,
not being
he
on the
called me
show.
up like 3 times one night
Mike.
just talking about Echo.
We understand. Baseball season's not starting. You want to do
And
something?
well, don't worry. Spring training is soon, if not past, as the posting of this video.
I go on YouTube
Yes.
and I see Fisk in another trailer.
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay. I see him in yet again another fucking Marvel thing. Okay. How many off-brand things did we have him in? We had him in Deadpool. No, we had him in the Punishers. We had him in the Daredevils. I believe, did we have him in any other one? Did we have him in?
He was in Hawkeye.
Was he in Hawkeye? He
was in
He
Hawkeye.
was in Hawkeye. We
He
have
fought
him in
Kate Bishop.
We have him in so many of these things to where we kind of didn't get like a big introduction to him. But he's such a big character.
Well, I mean,
You know
it's
what
the
I'm
same one
saying?
from the Netflix show.
I like that they kept that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
I mean,
the
you know what I mean?
D'Onofrio, whatever
Yeah,
the fuck,
yeah,
right?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Love that.
My name's
But now I'm like, okay, are we fine? Because I feel like those shows, yes, The Punisher, they really did him good. Daredevil, they really did him good.
Mm-hmm.
But now I feel like, I still don't feel like that's the full Fisk, you know?
No.
I
don't
feel
think-
like we don't have the full.
We're
and that's
not
maybe a good thing.
We're
They're
gonna
not
wait
doing it right away.
Yeah, they have to wait till Daredevil. I think that's gonna.
The first
don't-
main Daredevil or whatever. I want Fisk to be in a main MCU production where he gets a lot of screen time. I feel
Yeah.
like the shows he's always like nooks and crannies.
Do you know? But do you want him to just go up against Daredevil again?
But I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Oh, who cares about yet again another character that is in the Marvel world that they want to introduce because, yes, in the comics, that character is related or crosses paths with the villain, but we can't bring a big character in because we're waiting to do something with him in the future. Whatever the case may be. Why? I don't give a fuck about Echo. I'm sorry. I didn't even know she was a thing until Marvel Snap. I don't fucking get it. Why we have to get these characters? Like, remember I even told you when we were growing up in 2012, a lot of people didn't really know Guardians of the Galaxy, yet they introduced the Stones and everything. Why do we have to have movies or shows with characters that we have to get into for us to get the info we should already know already? I don't get it.
Turbo doesn't care about Native American heritage.
What is...
That's most of the Echo show.
Huh?
That's a good one.
I'll give up our land.
Give it back.
I don't like where I live. I'm the first one to go to Mars.
He's on the first ship out.
You see, even with that, I didn't even watch it to know. You know, that's another thing. Vinny,
However, I
no, but-
did watch Echo.
And you told me I didn't miss nothing.
I've rated it a 4 out of 10. Honestly, my main gripes with Echo and my oh who cares bit is going to be the Native American heritage part are the most interesting parts of the show. Yeah, I just have a problem.
I thought you
with
were
that.
doubling down.
I just hate it.
We are literally hitting every mark.
We are just
We are legit probably 44 minutes in right now.
all right. And then just to wrap this up really quick.
No, go say your shit.
My gripe-
Say what you want to say
I've
about the
saved my
fucking
shit.
Native
I've saved my
Americans.
shit.
Say what the fuck you want to
love
say.
him. I love him, man.
I was a Washington Redskin fan. I was.
So my main gripe to the Echo Show, really, let me get back. This was a little aggressive. Going forward was
You're coming too hot.
Going forward was a bit aggressive then. My main gripe to the Echo Show was I didn't really think Echo was too great of a character. I think they really shoehorned in the Native American plot. She's very like goes home to her family for help, but doesn't like her family, and then her family's like the coolest part.
That's what I was pointing. I knew it.
And it's been 45 minutes.
Was too great. Echo, stop. You bimbo. I was
let's change
wait,
the name.
So when you were saying that, I was staring at the device. But unlike that device, that device ain't deaf.
Wow, are you shitting on deaf people now?
No,
Really?
isn't she deaf?
She is deaf. We're hitting all the
So
marks.
that was an okay joke to make.
We're just hitting all the marks, ladies and gentlemen. All of them. Is there anything else you'd like to say before?
Oh, no. That's all you wanted to say?
Well, no, I have some more.
Oh, go on.
All right, I will. So, my main gripe is Echo. Character, I didn't really like Echo too much as a character, honestly. I think most of the characters are boring. I think Kingpin, is great in this show. You just miss a lot of the actual Kingpin. It's really just him trying to
Do
be
you like to say Kingpin or Fisk?
I like Kingpin.
Yeah.
Like Fisk is, for me, like I have like an SK thing with my, I'm afraid I'm going to go Fisk. I'm afraid I'm going to lisp.
I'm afraid I'm going to say a racial slur if I say Fisk.
If I do too many Fisk, I think my lisp is going to come out and I'll be Fisk.
You just go to say Fisk, you say fuck.
Exactly.
See, I can't
so,
say it.
I like Kingpin. I always go with Kingpin, but that's just me and my speech impediment.
Okay.
So I think we have great scenes with him. I do miss the Daredevil scenes with him, obviously. I just think we're building up to that.
Oh, I miss.
You do get a really cool Daredevil scene in this where she like fights off Daredevil.
Okay, go on. Sorry. Go on.
But you know, it's a weird. It's not a weird scene. It's one scene in the first episode, and that's like all of Daredevil you see.
Why couldn't they bring back Punisher for the series?
Why?
No.
would
But
they?
why do they have to do Echo? How is Echo gonna be a fucking beneficial character to us?
Honestly,
how?
She'll probably not.
She'll probably be the one that kills Kang.
That would be crazy. Oh, he's gone. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Weekly Issue Podcast. Glad to be back. Hopefully, we hit one of the boxes that that you like as we went through this episode. We're going to be back with a lot more content. Watch our update video posted on the channel right now. And if you're ever looking for a good food channel, cooking channel, boxing channel, WWE, sports management, we're going to be starting 7 more channels going all around YouTube. Subscribe to the Patreon. Turbo, I hope you enjoy being back to YouTube because you're going to be round the
Who's
clock.
betting the under over 10 episodes we post before we stop again? It's the under overs at 10 right now. 10 and a half episodes, we stop again. What's the under over?
Come on.